What am I saying? I'm beginning to believe you really are Joe Pendleton. I must be going nuts.
No, you're not. Look, Max, look in my eyes. They say no two people have the same look in their eyes, Max.
Oh, I don't know. I think you got me hypnotized or something.
Put out your hand, Max. Our old grip. Remember? Joe! Oh, my Lord, Joe! Hey, he believes me, Mr. Jordan. He believes me.
I told you to do it yourself, Joe.
Joe, who's he, this Mr. Jordan?
Oh, he checks in souls. Up there somewhere. You know, he's the one who got me Farnsworth's body after his wife and secretary drowned him in the bathtub.
Yeah?
Oh. Look, Max, I'll brief you on everything in time. Right now, I want you to get busy and get me some fights right away. Try murder.
Hey, wait a minute, Joe. Maybe I think you're Joe Pendleton. I said maybe. Going to be awful hard to get it over with the boxing commission. Regulations don't mention no ghosts.
I'm no ghost, Max. I got 60 years to go yet.
K.O. Murdoch won't meet a Wall Street banker that never fought before.
Offer him dough. How much will you need to set the match?
Oh, 20 grand at least.
That's easy. Farnsworth is rich. I'll write you a check right now. Paid to the order of Max Levine, 20,000 and no 100s.
20 grand, just like that. You sure this is good?
I got 1 million of them. Look, now get along, Max. I got to get back to training.
Joe, I wish I could... Well, I think you know what I want to say, huh?
Yeah, me too, Max.
Yeah, but you look so different. Gonna take some getting used to.
Oh, don't feel bad about that, Max. I ain't even used to it yet. Hey, Betty, get a load of this. They got me on the front page today. Wall Street's problem child. What will the
madcap financier do next? Gerald Farnsworth, who has given up active participation in banking...
To enter the prize fight ring, has announced that if he wins his forthcoming match with K.O. Murdoch, he will liquidate all his assets and withdraw from finance altogether. This promises to be an even greater blow to the street
than a sensational gesture in redeeming the defunct securities of the Bay Ridge Company at a cost of over $10 million. One of America's oldest fortunes bids fair to exhaust itself in the space of a few months. Jerry, that's not true, is it?
What if it is?
I feel as if it's all my fault somehow.
Listen, I'm not going to be broke. Or not for long. I'm going to be champion of the world. $1 million.
What will you do when you're champion of the world?
I don't know. Take it easy. Maybe a restaurant or two just to keep me busy.
You talk just like a real fighter.
I am a real fighter. I guess you don't go for the palooka type.
I never knew a fighter before.
How do you like it?
I like you. I don't know about the others.
Hey, Betty, you think you could even more than just like me?
You shouldn't say things like that, Joe.
Why? Oh, because of Mrs. Farnsworth? Is that it? Listen, Betty, she doesn't love me. She didn't even love Farnsworth. You know, she won't stick around 5 minutes after the money's gone.
Is that why you're doing all this? To get rid of her?
You don't like that idea?
No, I don't. She's your wife, Jerry.
What if I told you there's never been anything between me and Mrs. Farnsworth?
I wouldn't believe you.
No, I guess you wouldn't.
But I'll always be grateful to you and fond of you.
Betty, do you think you could be more than that? If I was free, I mean.
You'll never be free of her. She's that kind of woman. And even if she weren't...
You didn't answer my question.
If you were free?
Yeah.
I think I'd be in love with you.
That's all I wanted to hear. Listen, Betty, there's so many things I'd like to tell you, but I don't dare. You think I was crazy. But I've got to tell you this much. It was meant to be. You and me loving each other, married, and raising a family.
Please, dear,
No, listen to me. It was meant to me, and it will be. I don't know how, but it will.
You love me as much as that? To give up a fortune?
A fortune? Why, I'd even give up that bout with Murdoch.
So he's going to give up banking and make boxing his career.
You're not telling me anything, Tony. I've read the papers. How dare he? How dare he humiliate me like this?
Well, what are you going to do about it?
I can't do anything. He watches me like a hawk. Constantly on his guard, never alone with me for a moment. He's in there with that Max person, his so-called manager now. And when he isn't with him, he's with the Logan girl.
You'd better get busy. If he goes through with that fight tonight, we'll both be paupers.
All right. I'll make one more effort. But if it doesn't work...
If it doesn't work, this will.
A gun. Oh, no, Tony, I can't go through with that again.
Well, then see that you get results the other way. Now go on in there, get rid of that manager, and go to work on it.
You do love me, Tony.
Sure I do, but I hate poverty more, and so do you.
We're a pair, aren't we? Well, here goes.
Now, remember, Joe.
Yeah.
Don't try to box him.
Yeah.
Just get in there and slug. Now,
Yeah.
watch his elbows. He's
Yeah.
tricky. And don't whatever you...
Yeah.
Oh. Hello, Mrs. Farnsworth.
I want to speak to my husband privately, Mr.
Look,
Levine.
I ain't got no time. I gotta weigh in.
Yeah, he's got a way in, Mrs. Farnsworth.
Well, surely he can spare me just a few minutes, Mr. Levine. After all, I'm his wife.
Look, I can't talk to anybody before a fight. I get upset, don't I, Max?
Yeah, he gets upset.
This is more important than the fight. You will excuse us, won't you?
Well, I got no secrets from Max.
Well, I have.
Well, if you put it that way,
Oh, Max, stop.
You're a darling. I shan't keep him long.
I'll wrestle up a
Hey,
cab.
Max, come back.
Jerry, I'm so worried about you. You don't seem to be the same person anymore.
No? Who do you think I am? Take a good look.
Darling, you frighten me.
You scare me, too.
Silly. Come, sit here, close to me. Just for a moment.
I ain't got time. I gotta weigh in.
Darling, don't you think it's time we were honest with each other?
Yeah, that's just what I want to be.
Well, then stop avoiding me. We can't go on like this.
We're not going on. Right after this fight, we're splitting.
I'll never let you go, Jerry.
Oh, yes, you will. With what I've got on you, sister.
What are you talking about?
Oh, don't give me that. I know you and Tony try to knock me off.
Oh, you're insane. You're imagining things.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, darling, stop torturing yourself with these fancies. Let's try again, darling. Go away somewhere, just the two of us. Together.
We'll never be together spiritually. So get that straight. You'll soon be free like you wanted to be.
Shall I?
Yeah, and don't try any funny business. The first wrong move you make, I'll hang one on your kisser. So be careful.
Don't worry, my dear. I'll be very careful. Next time.
Hello, Mr. Jordan. Hey, I wasn't expecting you tonight.
I have some splendid news for you, my boy.
Well, look, Mr. Jordan, could it wait till tomorrow? The fight's in an hour, and Betty's coming by to pick me up.
Oh, she's already here in the next room.
Oh.
You can tell her the news, too. Joe, I have found you the body you were searching for. The exact measurements of your old body even looks like you. The old Joe, that is.
A fighter?
Naturally.
Swell. Who is he?
K.O. Murdoch.
That dumb palooka?
Joe, please. You are speaking of the man you are going to have to learn to love. The man whose body you are to occupy for the rest of your natural life.
Oh, imagine me, K.O. Murdoch. Well, he's not a bad boxer, though. Hey, listen. I'm fighting him tonight.
One moment, Joe. I'll explain. First of all, Farnsworth is going to die before the main event.
Ah, nuts. All that training wasted.
But you will have the advantage of Murdoch's training.
When's he going to die?
He will be shot in the ring while fighting a boy named Kid Smallings.
Well, who's going to shoot him?
A gunman employed by his manager, a gentleman named Lefty.
Oh, why?
Because Murdoch refused to throw the fight.
Why, that dirty louse. His own manager. I'd like to get my hands on him, and
You will have every opportunity after the fight.
Huh? Oh, you mean I'm supposed to step into Murdoch's body and finish the fight?
That is the chief's arrangement.
Gee, poor Murdoch.
Don't look at it that way, Joe. He will be happily reunited with his late wife, and you will be rid of Mrs. Farnsworth.
Yeah. Hey, this came right on time. Oh, Betty. Hey, Betty, wait till I tell you.
Oh, Jerry.